Hey everyone, it's Monique back here for another video. Today we're going to do some yarn organization. So my game plan today is to go through the yarn I have, what I feel I've done successfully with my yarn stash, what I feel I could do different next time, and also getting a chance to buy some new yarn because I want to make some projects for my market next week, but I'm out of black yarn, for example. If you're a crocheter, if you're not a crocheter, if you're someone who likes yarn, if you're just someone who happened upon my channel, I hope you enjoy the video today. And if you have any video suggestions, you can feel free to leave in the comments. I do read the comments within 1 week of the video. After a week, I usually try not to look at them just to avoid reading troll comments, but I'm always happy to see you all suggestions because I don't only want to do crochet stuff, but I want to somehow make them crochet related, if that makes sense. All right. Getting right into it, I have my sticky notes here because I'm making sure I am completely organized today with my thought process. It's not going to be like last week's vlog, it was a little bit everywhere. We're going to try to get this video done in one day. All right, this disclaimer, this is a hobby for me. I do make money off this. However, for the amount of money I've made selling plushies, so far right now, I have spent $1,200 on my business and I've made No, that's not correct. I have spent $1,000 in my business and I've made $1,200 in my business. All right, so it's not like we're making big bucks. Anything money that I have extra, I use it to put back in my hobby to buy more yarn. And in fact, only last week was the first time I pulled money out of that crochet, and that was just to get my car detailed for $85 because it was looking a little rough. Other than that, I don't touch that money for anything else, which is good because I don't make a substantial amount. Because of that, I also want to make sure I don't buy too much yarn. I do live in a small one-bedroom apartment, and also that I don't be wasteful with the yarn I buy. Besides the space stuff, I do have ADHD, and I change hobbies, I wouldn't say super frequently, but I can get the ick really easily. To talk about it, for example, with food. I have an interesting relationship with food. Something that's challenging for me is bread. I bought bread because I know that I challenge myself and there's one type of bread I like. I bought one type of bread that was similar to it but not the same, and even though I tried putting the same toppings and I took a bite, I get the ick and I'm like, I can't eat this, I can't do this, it's gonna sit in my freezer till I throw it away. Then it makes me feel guilty. I don't want to feel that way when it comes to yarn. So for me and my yarn stuff, I only have what I need, what I know I'll use, what I have a project for, and if not, I'll save it to give to my students, or I'll make some really weird scrap yarn projects for my students, and that way someone gets joy out of it. But yeah, I'm not making the big bucks out of this. This is a hobby for me, and I don't want to feel like I have to have this become my entire being. All those disclaimers out the way, one goal I have for myself is to really stick with only buying yarn when I need it. Something that's challenging for me, I'm sure if you watch my other videos you know this, that I have a tendency to say I'm going to make something and then I make something else. I know part of it is just my ADHD stuff, which is fine. You know, I'm trying to be more gentle with myself, with knowing that sometimes I plan for something and then I'm not motivated to do it and I do something else, and I'm trying to get better in my videos not saying what I'm going to do because it'll probably change later and makes it less annoying for editing, Monique. But truly, I really want to make sure that I buy a yarn for a project that I feel like doing right then and there. Not something I know I'll need for a market, because I can always go back and buy a yarn for a market then, so that way I don't hold on to this much. Here's something I am pretty proud of. From when I bought yarn last mid-May, I've used 28 skeins of yarn, believe it or not. I've used 6 skeins of Sweet Snuggles. Most of it's for the Mallard Duck and the Pickles and the Octos. I've used 12 skeins of Sweet Snuggles Light, especially dark pink, light pink, light purple, light blue, and the dark variants of it. I've used one skein of each of those. Yellow I've used a lot as well, and of course black and white. And I've used 10 skeins of Bernat Blanket, most of those on the loaf cats, because for me, I yarn over, so I use up more yarn, and it takes 2 cats use up 1 skein of yarn. So I'm pretty sure the cats and the chickens used up most of the yarn. So I've used 28 skeins of yarn, and we're gonna count to see how much I have left, what colors I have left, and then get an idea of what new yarns I wanna buy. I have the natural lighting today. You can see I already cleared off my shelf so I can accommodate for it. But this is all the yarn that I own. This may look like a lot to someone who doesn't crochet, and it is quite a bit. I would, but so some people have for their YouTube stuff, this is not a lot. I've seen some people with like hundreds of skeins of yarn. I want to count what we have here. I'm going to pause real quick so I can count. Okay, so it looks like here for skeins where it's enough to do complete projects and not my scraps over here, I have, I'm not even going to count the white, like that's probably like 100 grams of white, unless I make like, anyway, staying on topic. I have 10 skeins of full Bernat blanket. I have 14 skeins of Sweet Snuggles Light. I have another Bernat blanket, but this one I'm going to make a dragon out of, so I'm not going to count that because it's a bit different. And then I have quite a few of smaller weight yarn, which is not really for market prep, that's for personal projects, so I kind of don't want to count these. But going through, you can see that I have a variety of different colors, but I noticed some gaps I'm missing. For example, a full skein of yarn would look something like this for Sweet Snuggles Light, 250 grams. This is probably, because it's loosened up right now, it looks like it's a lot, but truly this is actually probably closer to 75 grams of yarn. You can't make a big project out of it. You can use it for accent colors, which is a struggle because I don't want to do my starter project like last week when I trying to do a light blue dino and then I ran out of yarn and had to buy light blue. So I'm trying to really think what colors do I need to buy and what colors I can save for next time. Okay, now into the game plan for what my ideas are for the yarns. That way I can break into groups and get it a bit easier than color. So the way I grouped up the yarns so far is an idea of the projects I want to do with them. These are primarily for the cows. I hope I have enough of, I don't think I actually have enough of this one to make another cows, which is what I don't have enough vintage white either, but I want to make another blueberry cow, and then I won't have enough light blue. For this dark red, maybe I could do a dark red and black one. So this would be enough to make 2 cows. The green is for accent, and I can use that for other projects as well. This red is for the chickens, and this white is for accents as well. These 2 colors are for the chickens. So I am going to use up these entire 2 skeins for chickens. Chickens unsurprisingly use up a lot of yarn because of the size they come out. This was a leftover yarn I had for when I made my sister's elephant. I originally had these for chickens, but they didn't sell in this color, so I'm going to try to find a different project for it. So those covers all the Bernat blanket yarn. I don't think I'm going to buy any more Bernat blanket yarn. I do have a little bit of black Bernat blanket in these 2, which I will find a project for. And then these are just really small yarn scraps, a variety of colors. I am out of black. I wanted to make bees, but I made a custom snake yesterday, so this is all the black that I have left, so that's cool. And then thankfully I do have another skein of white, so I could always do white with yellow or light blue with yellow. I've seen Jupiter Makes do that for her bees, and they turn out really cute. And then these colors over here, oh goodness. These colors are something I'm struggling with things to make with it because I do not really prefer the color green or orange, and neither do my customers. So going through all of that to say is that here's what I know I need to buy. I'm gonna write everything down, put them back in here, see how it's organized, see what inspiration I get, and then we will cut back and I'll tell you what projects I'm thinking of these. Okay, hey again everyone, I'm going to tell you what I wrote down by showing. So I placed everything inside here. If they're on top, it's what my brain thinks I might do for our next project. I might work on chickens next because that's really good at using up yarn. And I organized everything out and I wrote out my plans for the colors that I have. And I know I have enough for. So I have enough for chickens. I have enough for making a dragon out of this. It's going to look so good. I have enough to make 2 more cows, and then I have a bit of accent colored left, but that can be used for another set of cows. For the Sweet Snuggles Light, I know that I can make some axolotls and bees, and I wrote down some colors that I'm struggling using. So I'm struggling using Gray, I would definitely want to make possum, so I will be doing that. But for the green and oranges, I'm not sure what to do. That is something that's challenging for me right now in my head. I also wrote down what I need. So now, I'm gonna turn my camera around. From doing this, I know what yarn I need for projects I want in the future. So for the bees, I'm gonna need black. I need to make a swan for my aunt. I'm gonna use it by a pattern by, I don't want to get the name wrong. I hope it's Crochet Grove, I'm getting it right. If not, I'll put a picture over here. That's going to use up basically the whole skein of white, so I need to buy more white again from Michael's. And then I need to buy more light purple also from Michael's because I have 75 grams left. So we'll see how much that can make. Don't even think that's 2 oxos. I think 1 oxo uses 40 grams, so we're going to have to really stretch it. And then I want to get another variegated yarn. I know a lot of people don't like variegated yarn. I personally really like it because it gets me inspired. It makes me feel like making something. Like I literally have a saved post folder on my Instagram for just variegated yarn stuff because although I don't make as much variegated yarn stuff, it inspires me. Then from Joann's, I need to get vintage white. I use that more than the other white. I just feel like for the patterns of Bernat Blanket, it turns out better. I need to get some more cat colors. So variegated yarn for cats, because none of the colors here I'd want to use for a cat. I do not like color changes. Y'all already know I yarn over, and I got the Gappy Gap City, so color changes is another thing that I don't like to nitpick about myself, so I try to avoid it when I can. And also polyfill. For the 20-pound box I have about, I want to say this is like 5 pounds worth left. And the amount I've been crocheting, I should buy more polyfill, especially since they're not on Amazon right now. And I have coupons for both Joann's and Michael's to use. So that's that. Last thing to talk about over here are the yarn scraps. I'm gonna turn my camera around for make it make sense. Okay, so I have 2 of the variegated ones left. Each of these are like, I want to say 70 grams. I might make some mushy boy tops with these or something else. This is easier to use. These grays, and another story. I don't know what to make out of these. Like, because I have a little bit of black. I can pair it with something, but this is something that's still a question mark for me. For the sweet snuggles over here, I might have enough to make like a mini duck, but also kind of want to make something I haven't made before. So maybe I'll find a free pattern and see what I can do with it. And then this stuff over here I'm going to make stingrays out of. I've seen the stingray pattern. I'm going to conform, be like everyone else for it. So that's all my yarn inside the stuff. I'm glad I was able to fit everything in here. I know it's not going to be the case for long, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place online pickup order for Michael's. And then for Joann's, my coupon is $10 off a $10 purchase in-store only. So I'm just going to make a shopping list and then I will go in person either today or another day when I see how I'm feeling. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Oh yeah, before I forget, let me know in the comments what you want to see out of yarn organization videos. Like whenever I watch people do yarn organization stuff, for me, it feels unattainable because I don't have a huge amount of yarn. Like I counted how much I have. I have 25 full skeins, like not full skeins, but enough to be used for a project of yarn versus people who have hundreds and hundreds of yarn, and it's really satisfying watching, but then it's also like, how can I curate my yarn for my taste for what I want to make? So I'm hoping this video is helping those people out there who are like, you know, more low-key crocheters, people who maybe like, you know, have a similar mindset to me when it comes to yarn. And rambling aside, let me know in the comments what you want to see in the future from yarn organization videos or things you want to see on this channel in general. See you later. Okay everyone, I'm back from running my errands and this is my yarn haul, being conscientious of making sure that I buy just what I need. So this is what I got. Let me open up this package. I probably should have done that first, but you get to see me use my non-existent nails. Come on, nails. You got this. Okay, this is just not gonna work. I do this every time, huh? Okay, so this is the black and white from Michael's. This skein, both of these, this was $5 and this was supposed to be $5 as well, but I was out of stock of one side again. Now this was $8, my teacher discount. And then these two were basically $5 together because I had $10 off $10 in store. Now I feel like my little yarn stuff is complete. I'm gonna put it up there so that way I can get a picture of the thumbnail and then get started on some projects, but I think I'm gonna save the projects what I do for my weekly vlog. Thank you for coming with me for this quick video this week. I wanted to do something a little bit less of actually crocheting and seeing the behind the scenes of how to make sure to get things together when crocheting. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. Give me some ideas in the comments if you would like of things I can do. No pressure at all. And I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye.